Hi everyone, welcome to this week's video. This week I'm going to share a project with you featuring the Share a Milkshake bundle from our January to April mini catalog. This is such a fun bundle. It comes with a stamp set and then it also has a set of coordinating dies, and I love these dies so much. This one is probably what sold me on the set because who doesn't love a fun waffle cone? It cuts it out and it adds the score lines and the embossing so you can fold it up and make the cone, which is awesome. But I have found a die in this set I like even more, and it's this one right here. It cuts out this large scoop of ice cream and it cuts a little notch right in the ice cream, and then you can stick in the straw or a heart or the spoon, and it is so much fun to play with. So I'm going to show you a card today with this. And then at the end of the video, I have some other cards to share also. You notice I have a host code up here at the top. And if you shop with me this week using the host code, if you spend more than $50, you can choose a Sale-a-bration reward for free, which is awesome. But if you bump up your order a little bit and spend more than $75, then I will send you a free package of Opal Rounds as well, and that'll ship separately from your order, but I will send them to you as a little thank you for shopping with me. And I'm going to use them on my card today. On my sample, I used a different embellishment that I wanted to share with you too, but we'll use this on the one I make in the video so you can see. These are just kind of sparkly, and they are perfect for any project because they're that neutral color. So if you haven't guessed it, this is the card we are going to make today. I was scrolling through Instagram. Do any of you do that? And I came upon this card sketch. It is put out by stampandpretty.com, and that's another demonstrator, Mary Fish. She is a top demonstrator, and I think she's been doing these sketches for a while, obviously, because this is number 59. But I really liked this sketch, and I thought I would use it to create my card for today. So that is what I did. I'm also using a couple of new papers. One that you might have missed on your first look through on the catalog is called Textured Shimmer Paper. And it comes with 6 12 by 12 sheets. So you get 2 of each of these 3 colors. And I don't know how well you can see on the video, but it is kind of shimmery, and then it has that texture as well. So you get 3 colors, 2 sheets of each, and it's just kind of fun. And then the other paper that we're using where the stars and these stripes come from is the Dandy Designs Designer Series paper. This is a Sale-a-bration paper that you can get free with a $100 order. So maybe if you're ordering the Share a Milkshake bundle this week, you're ordering a few other things to get those free Opal Rounds, and you get up to $100, then you can choose this. This is a huge pack of paper. It comes with 48 12 by 12 sheets. And I think these patterns are perfect for spring, Easter. Maybe you saw on my social media my post about my Christmas card club. I even use some of the patterns for that. So it's very versatile paper, and there's so much of it. So we're going to use some of that today too. Okay, let's get started on our card. Now, I pulled out some of the colors from the Dandy Designs paper. If you saw, I have coordinating colors down here at the bottom. These are actually listed in your catalogs or brochures, or if you go to find this paper in my online store, it will list the coordinating colors for you, as well as on the packaging when you receive your paper. And I think there are a few other colors in this paper too, like this really looks like Coastal Cabana to me, and that wasn't listed, but I think there's some other colors in there as well. But I'm using Calypso Coral and Balmy Blue today as my color scheme. So we're going to start with a Calypso Coral card base, and then I have a piece of basic white that's 5 1/4 by 4. If you place any order with me this week using this host code, I will send you a tutorial for this card for free. Does not matter the amount of your order as long as you use the host code. And all the measurements will be in there. I will say them all today in the video, so of course you can copy on your own, but if you want the tutorial, all you have to do is place an order. So this piece of Designer Series paper is 5 by 3 3/4, And I think these star patterns are perfect for birthday cards. So that was kind of my idea for this card. I actually think there's a little bit of twine, but I think this color scheme would work out okay for a boy too. I can think of a couple nephews I have that would probably enjoy this card. Okay, then I have another piece of basic white. This one is 2 1/4 by 4 3/4. And then this is a piece of that balmy blue textured shimmer paper. This one is 2 by 4 1/2. Now, I will say sometimes the adhesive does not like to stick super well to that texture. I'm just pushing down a little bit more firmly on this front part of my Stampin' Seal Plus, but you could, of course, use your liquid glue too, and that would probably stick pretty well. But those of you who have followed me for a while know the liquid glue is not my favorite. I am going to use it today, though, because it is a lot easier to get those little pieces right where you want them. Okay, so this is not exactly centered. It's a little bit farther towards the right. And then we're going to do some stamping on our tag before we attach it to our card. So let me pull in my foam mat. You want to use that when you are using your photopolymer stamps. It gives it that extra cushion, kind of like the red rubber on the stamp, since these don't have that. And we're using our balmy blue ink. And the Celebrate stamp is right from the Share a Milkshake stamp set. And it is perfect for celebrating a birthday or celebrating anything, really, right? So stamp our Celebrate. Move that out of the way. And now I can attach this, and I'm going to do that with some Stampin' Dimensionals. One in the middle so it doesn't sag there. Get those off, just like that. And then I have my white Baker's Twine. This is from our Baker's Twine Essential Pack. It comes in 5 neutral colors, and I probably use the white the most. But I'm going to tie a double bow, so I'm just going to show you how I do that. I kind of know how much it takes me to tie a bow. If you don't, you can always practice tying a bow on here and then cut it off to kind of see. But I know how much I think it takes. Maybe it's about the size of my foam mat, so that gives you an idea. So since I'm doing a double bow, I'm just going to fold it in half and double it. And then I will just cut. And now I can tie my bow. I am not very good at measuring my ribbon and twine. I just kind of eyeball it. Sometimes that gets you in trouble, but in this case, it is okay. And then we're going to use a mini glue dot to attach that to our tag. If you wanted to, you could loop through this hole at the top, but I'm just going to kind of cover it up today. And then we will trim our ends. Okay, then I cut this circle from the Dandy Designs paper again, and I used our Stylish Shapes dies for this. I should have mentioned this is the tailor-made tags. So it's kind of interesting. It's 2 different die sets, but they kind of have that same dotted pattern around the edge, which is neat. And this one, I want my stripes to go kind of at an angle. And I don't know, maybe I'll do this kind of like I did in the first one. So because this is popped up, I'm going to put a dimensional on this side. But then I want the other side to lay flat on my tag. So I'll put just my Stampin' Seal there. And then we'll kind of add that on, just like that. And I probably could have stamped that just a little higher, but that's okay. Okay, now we're going to be stamping our ice cream and cutting that out. So I'm going to bring in my Calypso Coral ink pad. And in this stamp set, you have your big milkshake cup, and then you have a bowl. And both of them have these, it's 2-step stamping. So they have these extra pieces. You can either do the solid image, or you can just die cut a solid image. Or you can add this kind of shading to it. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to stamp off the solid color so it's a little lighter, and then stamp in the shading. So let me grab my solid one. And I'm going to stamp that full strength here on my scrap. And then we'll stamp again right there. And that gives you that lighter shade. And then I'm going to come in with that extra piece and kind of line it up like that. Not perfect, but it'll work. And then the other thing that we want to stamp on here is our cherry. So you could stamp the cherry all in the Calypso Coral, but I wanted a brown stem. So let me show you how I did that. I'm just going to turn my stamp so that I can put it right on the edge of my ink pad and get just the cherry part. Then we'll close this up and get it out of the way. And I'm going to take my Early Espresso Stampin' Write marker. And I like to use the brush end for coloring on stamps. And I'm just going to color that stem brown. And then I give it a little huff of air before I stamp it, just to make sure the ink is still wet enough. Cute, right? So that's how you get the different colored stem. You could color the cherry part with a marker too, but it's easier to ink it up right on the ink pad. And that one's pretty simple to do. So I'm going to move this out of the way and pull in my mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. Now I need to put a plug in here. You can get one of these for free during Sale-a-bration, either in this white color or in an exclusive boho blue color. And that is in our starter kit during Sale-a-bration. It is an amazing deal. Let me line these dies up while I tell you about it. So our starter kit is normally $99 and you get $125 of product. And you don't pay for shipping on the starter kit, which is another savings. So that is awesome also. But during Sale-a-bration, you have a couple of options. You can either pay the $99 instead of picking out $125 of product. You get to pick out $175 of product. You're right. That is $50 extra in free stuff. So that's an awesome deal. Or you can pay $129 and then you'll also get this mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine for free. So the value of this is $63. It's like paying half price for it, basically. And you can choose it in the white or the boho blue. So you don't have to get the mini machine. That's just one option. But the starter kit is a great deal right now. You almost are getting double for your money. Okay, before I run this through, I want to show you this cherry. This little dot at the top, you should see the stem of your cherry in that dot, and that's kind of how you know that you have it lined up correctly to cut it out. So that's a little tip. And then I'm cutting out my ice cream, just the white by itself, no stamping. And we're going to do something special to that in a minute too. So hold on, it's going to get a little exciting. Well, at least as exciting as crafting gets, I guess. Okay. Let's move this out of the way. Okay. Oops. I'm shooting dies all over the place here. A customer gave me this purple tape. It's kind of like washi tape. I think it's just called purple tape. And it works really nicely to hold those dies in place, which I do recommend doing. If you have washi tape or painter's tape or something, just so it can hold it, and then you get those nice, perfect little cutout images. Okay, now before we add all of these on, we are going to do something fun with this ice cream. We are going to add a little bit of Wink of Stella. If you have not used this before, it's like a sparkly, if you are familiar with our water painters, it works kind of like that. You can see it says push on the side, so you can squeeze it a little bit to get the glitter out into the brush. And you can, I use my old ones that are about empty to watercolor, and that's kind of fun because you get a little bit of the shimmer still. I don't actually like to squeeze too much while I am using it, because sometimes you will get a big glob of glitter, and that's not what we're going for. But I like to shake it down and squeeze a little before I start. And I'll hold this up and see if you can see, but it actually adds quite a lot of shimmer, and it's kind of fun. All right, I'm not sure how well it will show on camera. Let's see if we can get some of the shimmer to show. I don't know if it's showing, but in person it is pretty cool. So highly recommend the Wink of Stella. Okay, now here's where I'm going to bring in my green glue to glue these little parts on, because then you have some wiggle room as far as where they are placed and making sure they get right where they're supposed to be. So there is our bowl. And then we'll add on our ice cream. And then last but not least, our little cherry. Just like that. Perfect. Okay, to finish the card, we are going to add a little embellishment. So on my sample, I use these opaque adhesive backed gems. These go so well with the Share a Milkshake bundle, I think. They're such fun colors. Purples and pinks, and then you've got your white. I love those colors, so they're awesome anyways. Plus, it's a huge sheet. So I used those, but I thought on this one, we would use our Opal Rounds to show you what those look like too. And it kind of matches the shimmer that we have on our ice cream, even though you probably can't see that too well on the video. So let's add a couple of these. These come in two sizes. There's slightly bigger ones and then the smaller ones. And I think I'm just going to use 3 of the smaller ones for this. Popping all over the place. My other end, my sticky end, is almost out. I need a new sticky end, so it probably wouldn't pick these up too well. Plus, I find with some of these bigger embellishments, the pokey end works better. So there you go. I don't know, which one do you like better, the Opal Rounds or the opaque adhesive backed gems? If you want to, comment and let me know which embellishment you like better. And both is totally an acceptable answer, because I like both. Okay, so there you have it. There is our card for today. So as a reminder, if you place any order this week using the host code, I will send you a PDF tutorial for this card with the measurements and instructions. If you spend over $50, you get to choose a free Sale-a-bration item. And if you spend more than $75, I will send you the Opal Rounds also. Now remember, you have to spend $100 to get this Dandy Designs paper. If you are thinking about spending that much, consider the starter kit, because it is $99, but you get a whole lot more than $99 of product, and you don't pay shipping. Of course, you can't choose the Sale-a-bration rewards in your starter kit, but you'll get rewarded with a whole bunch of free, so that's awesome. Okay, before we go today, I just wanted to show you some other cards with the Share a Milkshake bundle. And these cards are actually the cards for my card club this month. So I have 2 card clubs. I have a Christmas card club and then a monthly card club. The monthly card club is just a variety of cards for different occasions, kind of sometimes based on the season, like, you know, this one has a Valentine's card because that's coming up in February. But most of them are just general occasion that you can use anytime. The club is $39 a month, and it always includes about $20 of product, sometimes a little more, sometimes a little less. That cost also includes your shipping, and then you'll get all the cardstock and supplies to make 8 cards every month, 2 each of 4 designs. And then you have the option to add on the stamp set or bundle I use that month, as well as any ink colors. And I offer those to my club members at the catalog cost, so you don't pay any additional tax or shipping on those. So let me show you the cards. I used this month the Share a Milkshake bundle, and in this month's kit, you're going to get a half package of this paper, which is the Country Gingham Designer Series paper. It's a 6x6 paper stack. You're going to get some of those opaque adhesive back gems that I showed you. And then you'll get the Wink of Stella too, because I added a little shimmer on all of these cards. And again, I don't know if you can see it. This one, it was on the bowl, so that's cute. This one, I did the same thing we did on our card today, where I did the Wink of Stella on the ice cream. This one, I had the Wink of Stella on the heart. And then this one, I did the Wink of Stella on the cherry. And you can see that one did kind of pick up a little of the ink and do watercoloring. I think I used my older Wink of Stella on that one, and it maybe had some water in it from watercoloring. So that could have been why. But so those are the 4 cards in my card club this month. I will put a link to all of these things, my card club, my online store, the starter kit, in the description of the video. So make sure you check those out. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again next week. Happy stamping. Bye.